I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching the Redmen TV.
I think the big question mark, I guess, coming out of the game, and something we touched upon last week, but Sakho not involved again. There's going to start. I mean, Chris threw out a conspiracy theory galore last week about how as he thrown the toys out the pram, as he stormed off or whatever. There's still nothing to suggest that, but there's still no sign of him. He's not even appearing on the bench. They can't be using the new baby theory anymore. It does
maybe
make
he's
it
another baby.
Yeah.
I don't know with Sakho, to be honest with you. See, that's strong, isn't it?
Genuinely,
yeah.
No one else had that.
Sakho's a strange one, isn't it? Because I think I said 2 weeks ago when I was on that my theory is that he spent 20 million on Lovren and he wants to try and give him a chance to play himself into some form until he fucks up, and then that's it. Yeah. So, with that in mind, he's kind of going back to the not changing a winning side mentality. Lovren kept a clean sheet in his first game and he looked decent against Stoke. In all fairness to him, so he's kind of gone with that again. Okay. The only thing for me was why wasn't Sakho on the bench?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
And I don't get that. So clearly there's something going on. Maybe there's rumours. There's rumours the clubs are coming in with bids for him on loan and stuff like that. Is he going? We know for a fact that Rodgers clearly doesn't fancy him. He's had opportunities to play him all the time, doesn't he? He doesn't trust his fitness, bad looks of things.
That's I think what it is, isn't it? And that's been reported, that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
About his fitness, he doesn't trust his fitness.
Well, we said, it's mad though, because we said, Sam, in the build to the season, we can kind of make a case for Lovren in so much as he's got a pretty good injury record by comparison. If you're looking to get a stable back five and just build from the back, then you can trust Lovren pretty much to stay fit for those first 5 or 10 games, whereas there's no guarantees over someone like Sakho. But again, it still comes back to this notion: why is he not on the bench?
Yeah, I agree. I think yesterday as well, one of the things I said after the game is that having, I'm sure you'll talk about him a bit further on, but having Sakho and Lucas in the squad would have made things a lot easier last half an hour yesterday, because when Henderson went off and we brought Can on, you suddenly left with no one on the bench that can slot in and make it a midfield three. Yeah. And you've got players coming in and dropping into that position, like Alana, Coutinho, who aren't midfielders. Yeah. And also you could have brought Sakho on instead of maybe Moreno, and you'd have had 3 at the back solid, but he's not going to bring Touré on because he hasn't played, has he? Yeah. But yeah, I don't understand why we're on the bench. It doesn't make no sense, does it?
Well, I think I said on the type down, mate. I think something's clearly gone on. Either that or he just doesn't trust him because of what happened last season where he stormed off and stuff. And Rodgers might be holding that against him from last season. He goes, you know what, you're a bad egg. And that's what Rodgers might be there thinking. If he's going to sort of storm out when he's not named in the first 11, do I want someone on the bench like that? Do I want them in the group? So it's a shame because he's clearly a talented footballer in my opinion, and clearly a good defender as well. I think he's got more potential than Lovren as well, but right now, Lovren was brilliant last night.
I wonder, yeah, definitely, I absolutely agree with that. We'll come on to Lovren just should, but I think just on that, the Sakho thing, because it's mad in terms of we don't get to see what happens behind closed doors, and there's under almost any circumstances you'd be kind of thinking, well, maybe Touré's doing enough, or maybe they just want, again, could it all potentially feed into this notion of we want this really tight focused group who will put themselves on the line, do or die. We'd rather go for average and dependable than maybe a couple of run the risk of carrying some more luxury or whatever. And Touré does fit in with that mentality. Having him on the bench might not be a bad influence. But again, what this all comes back to, I think, is that notion that we all think Sakho's our best centre half. And is that the case? I think we'd all say yeah. But is that really the case? If he's not going to be involved in the matchday squad, and we're hearing nothing about him, as I say, being a dickhead or getting bombed off, because we said this last week, you'd normally is something, wouldn't you? I think Liverpool's a small city. Is something.
You're right, it's true. But if you actually are looking to sell him, you don't want to fucking have anything leaking out about his temperament.
Why would we sell him though? Because if next week Lovren gets a knock and he's out for 10 days, you're stuck with Colo and Skittle and no decent proven centre half.
I agree with you, but if Touré's on the bench anyway, it's kind of irrelevant because Touré's next in line.
But then we'd have no cover at all, would you?
Yeah,
and I totally get that. But if you're looking to sell him, you're looking to buy somebody else as well because you've got
to. That's the only reason why you're looking to sell him.
Yeah, you've got to look at it like we haven't got any money, and therefore, if Sakho's getting bombed out, and there are murmurings behind the scenes, you don't want them getting leaked. You want to sell them for as much as you can. You want to buy a
Oh
replacement.
yeah. But the thing is, it's modern football, and it's maybe we've done a greater job of patching up those leaks or whatever. But someone, unless Sakho's gone home and locked himself in a fucking room away from it, he might well have done. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that I just think it's basically impossible for no one to have, you know what I mean? If he has done something really over the top. It only takes this is Liverpool, it only takes a tea lady to mention something to, you know what I mean, and pass it to someone and blah, blah, blah. The fact that I've heard, maybe it'll come out subsequently this week, because we saw that, didn't we? It was a day or so after the game when they started to try and push the whole baby situation and what have you, like. So.
And look at from the other side, if Sakho wants to move, it's not in his best interest to leak it, or any of his mates.
Yeah, no, it's true. Actually, on that, just to slightly segue and plug one of the later shows this week, the Redmen's Roundup, we discussed Balotelli and this notion that the club might be leaking negative information about him. We're going to do a little bit more on that, find out actually quite a lot more about that, so do tune in for the Redmen's Roundup show this week. It's actually going to be quite interesting. I hope otherwise it's just going to be me talking at the camera, which happens too. So, yeah, Sakho, I think we'll find out, obviously, in due course, but, you know, it's a weird one because we were sat here a week ago going, I don't think there's really a problem, but if he's not on the bench against Bournemouth, that's when we start to ask. So I think we're right to start asking questions, but I don't think at the minute anyone's really got any set answers on that, which is a shame, really. I want to see him. I just want to see him involved. You know, he's a good player. You want to see good players involved. I love Colo, love him. What a character.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's a character.
Yeah, you don't want him. You don't want him starting. You don't want him playing 90 minutes.
Yeah, you want him Europa League, don't you?
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Well, this is exactly it. But we were saying it in the office today. Like, Ilori. And people go, oh, we've got Ilori. Have we though? Have we got Thiago?
Still injured, isn't he?
Who is he? Where? You know what I mean? Yeah, got injured, didn't he? But the point is, who the fuck is Thiago Ilori really? And you can say, well, he had a great performance in the under-21 championships with Portugal. That's terrific, absolutely terrific. Emre Can did quite well as well. You know where he is? He's on Liverpool's bench. You know what I mean? And we know what he is. He's not some kid who's been loaned out 2 seasons on the bounce. And, you know, that we spent a lot of money on and have heard nothing back. He's the defensive Bebe. That's what he is. I think it was probably just the figure sparked that in my head. But yeah, I think he had played football in shoes growing up, so that probably stands him apart from Bebe. Probably. Who knows? If you know more about the footwear that Thiago before growing up. Okay, we're going to stop there. If you want to watch the rest of the show, it's fantastic. It's on the redmentv.com. It's the final word show. We do them after every single Liverpool game. Maybe not the Europa, we'll see. Yeah, let's say every Liverpool game. It's always good fun. 45 minutes to an hour of more in-depth, detailed analysis, which still has the same level of fun. We'll annotate to the end of the video. It's free for a month. Go and check it out.
Ryan Bennett. Lovren was like Beckenbauer at times. Other times he was just being Lovren. Dylan Tompkins. It will be interesting to see Rodgers plays against Arsenal. You're right. It will be interesting to see.